But as far as being out there when you're qualifying, I was curious, is there a balance between pushing for speed and then finding that balance between, oh crap, I don't want to hit the wall?
For sure, and I think that's goes for everywhere, and I feel like I found myself, I'll say the first half of last year, not qualifying well, but feeling like, I maybe left a little bit out there, but I didn't make the big mistake, right, to give up half a second. Whereas then, myself and my team were like, well, we got to start qualifying better, so you have to push it to those extremes, and I found myself making a lot of those big mistakes and qualifying almost last, so if I was to nail the lap, it might be perfect, right? But it just really closes up the window, and especially here at Darlington, the wall in turn one, right? That's kind of your limiting factor of how fast you can go in there, and it's hard to judge. So, but yeah, that's always the $1 million question, right? Is you want to push the very edge, but you don't exactly know where that edge is at until you're done with it.
You're coming off a top 10, and you've said kind of the last couple of weeks you're trying to grow into this leadership role with front row. How do you evaluate that, and how do you feel like you've kind of settled in as now the senior driver there?
Yeah, I feel really good. I feel really confident with my team around me that we can, go out and compete really, really well every single week. Which just personal goal wise, right? That's extremely exciting. I feel like we're in a better place than we have been, and none of my guys have worked together for, more than 2 weeks, or no, I guess almost 2 months now. So, yeah, it's exciting. I feel like we're in a good place. Our whole shop is in a good place. It's when our cars are driving well, they have really good speed this year across the board for all three of us. So it's exciting stuff.
So it's just a case now of, you have the tools to win. It's just a matter of putting it all together.
Yeah, and I still honestly think, right, there's a big gap between qualifying 12th and having that winning speed week in and week out. But I think something we've been good about the last few years is just maximizing our day, whatever that is. If it's 12th, run 12th all day and finish there and take the points and head out of there. Don't overstep it and get yourself in trouble. More so, capitalizing on others' mistakes. So, yeah, we have to keep doing that, and hopefully, right, once we get that speed that is really close enough to win, our pit crew and can step up. We can make the right calls, and it's a whole nother level of execution. But I think we're definitely getting closer.
Throwback weekend always seems to be important for the fans, but you as a driver, do you see it important, and was it, mean to be able to run, Ray Fox scheme with one of your crew members being, part of the family?
Yeah, it's really cool. I think it gives me a good perspective on it, because my family was in racing and I grew up coming to the racetrack and, almost idolizing, right? Just, your parents, your father, grandfather, all that. So it's really cool to talk to Justin Fox, my rear tire changer, and he's really fun and enjoying it. So yeah, it's been cool, and obviously the family is still very deeply in the sport. Justin's my tire changer. His dad is the car chief from 12, and then his dad was in motorsports. So it's really cool. You can respect a lot, especially in 75, the 75th year of Darlington. I think it's a really cool opportunity to celebrate all that.
How much input, I guess, did you have, or how did you hear about the paint scheme being run?
Yeah, so to be honest, this year I didn't really feel too set in stone of what we were going to run, because the 34 number doesn't necessarily have the most history in the sport. It's been with front row for a really long time, and before that, I'm sure there's someone notable that's ran it, right? But nothing really sticks out in your mind when you think of that. So for us, we felt like it was a good opportunity to kind of do whatever we wanted, which is fun, and also just the endless opportunities. So it's hard to narrow it down. But I just texted my whole team, pit crew, everybody, right? And that's kind of when Justin sent in, you should do my great grandpa's scheme from back in the day. It's like I said, it was very fitting with 75 years of Darlington, just over 75 years of NASCAR. This takes it back to the very beginning.
Thank you.